I've got some of the rarest Sumo Menko out there. Stick around and let's see what we have. Hey everybody, I picked up these two extremely rare Sumo Menko auctions a couple weeks ago. I thought I'd show them here. You very rarely see any of these Menko, and so I knew I absolutely have to have them. So let's go ahead and open up the one on the right here. Now these are R series Menko, and that means that these are die cut in the shape of these figures, sumo figures. And I'll pull these out here. These are absolutely gorgeous. When I saw these, I knew I had to have them. I'll be able to highlight, and you'll see why here in a second. So what we have are 3 different sets of R series Menko from about 1910 or so. And so let's start with these small ones. These are really interesting. They've got the names of the wrestler on the front. You can see that here, and they're in die cut shape. They've got this war themed word, and you can see we actually have 2 different sets here, one on the right and one on the left. I think these are from about 1910, and then this one on the left is from about 1911. But I'll show you here. So you can see Matsu no something there, something no Umi, Takamiyama. And then if you look on the back here, you can see, although at first glance it looks like they're from the same set, you can see the one on the right actually has the name of the wrestler on the back. Now the fronts and the backs don't match in this set, so it makes it kind of confusing, but the Tomatsubaki here, and this one is from 1911. And these are from 1910. Now what's interesting too is you can see these are from the Osaka Sumo Association. Maegashira and Seikiwake, you can see those 2 here. These are kind of flimsy. Normally they're a little bit thicker, but for some reason they printed these on a thin paper stock. But you see these somewhat. They're not extremely rare, but this set is definitely hard to find. So let's put those guys right up here. Now this one is really cool because if you look on the front, I don't know if any of you noticed that, look at the gold ink at the bottom here. Now this is a pretty thick paper stock, gorgeous woodblock print. So take a look, research a little bit on the woodblock print, and you can see just how each of these colors is applied. You can see the blue, you can see the red and the orange here, just gorgeous. This one's from about 1911. It's got this sticker on the back. Oh, I guess I can probably pop that off. Yep, look at that, that's nice. So pop that off. There's Maegashira Tamatsubaki, that's the back. And then on the front, Takamiyama. Now what's interesting again about these is they've actually got a number here, and then below that is the number in Japanese. So what is that? 60 million there in Japanese. Rokusen, is that the mon maybe? And then you can see here, this is what, almost 400 billion. And so you can see these are what we call math backs. And they seemingly or presumably teach kids about math. So there you go, from 1910. Now this set, you hardly ever see these. These are gorgeous. Now I originally thought these were probably from about 1912. I only have a few of them, but you can see the name of the wrestler on the front, Onoiwa, what is that, Tachino Hikari, I think. And then this is extremely rare. You can see here the names of the 2 wrestlers, Toshuzan maybe and Onishiki, and that was the day's bout. Now these 2 only met in 1916 and 1917, so I think this set is actually a little later in the 19 teens. Now if we look on the back, what's also very interesting about these, you can see the rank. This is the Tokyo Sumo Association. Here's the Osaka Sumo Association, and they all have these interesting red lines, and there's 1, 2, and 3 of them. I think I've seen up to 5. So I'm not actually sure what those lines are for. You can see the rank at the top, and then the wrestler's name. Here you can see the Kyoji. So I'm probably going to update my book to maybe a little bit later in the 19-teens. Now what's also interesting about this set is you get Osaka, you get the Tokyo, and then the Kyoto Sumo Association as well, so you can see some wrestlers there. So these are extremely hard to find. I've got a few in my collection, and I was extremely happy to add those. So there you go. I'll put the set name up here post-production as well. Now I really picked it up for this guy. You never see these large ones. Here we go. What is it? Tachinoyama, I think. He was, I believe, a Yokozuna. At the time this was made, he was not a Yokozuna, so I think this is from about 1911. But you can see those red lines here. And I don't know, what is there, 10 or 12 at least there. And so you can see, oh, I guess he was, and this one was a Yokozuna, so he just wasn't depicted here. So, but I've never seen a large size one of these. Is it the same set? I don't know. You guys let me know. I think they're different sets. You can clearly see different kind of sizes, obviously, but then the different styles. So I've never seen this guy. Extremely happy to pick this up and hopefully find another one so I can start cataloging this set. So I'm gonna put that guy right here. Now this set, there's actually, it looks like 3 sets in this one. These are M series Menko, rectangular Menko, and these are just absolutely gorgeous. Very, very pretty. High quality, although it doesn't appear when they were made they were high quality. These have a little bit of wear on them. Here's Kyushu's on. And now these are the mirror backs, so it's the exact same back except no coloring. And they only did this style from about 1912 to maybe about 1917 or 1918. And I'm pretty sure these are probably from around 1917 or so. But absolutely like a lithograph kind of printing. Yeah, so there's Kyushu's on. Maybe pull that up there. Kyushu's on. Let's see, this one is maybe Shakagatake, I think. It's a pretty cool name, Shakagatake. You can see the back there. Beautiful circular picture. Hard to see, but you can see Shakagatake on the back. And so basically they printed on 2 sides and then colored 1 side. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's another one. This one's really hard to read. Not even sure. Isega no Hama or something like that. I'm not actually sure. So the auction didn't actually have it either. But just look at how gorgeous this set is. You know, the back's a little bit scuffed, but to be expected. But the front, this one's got a little bit of front wear, but absolutely neat. And then the 4th one from this set, what is that? Manada, maybe? Sushi Manada, I think is what I had researched. And again, look at that, gorgeous. Now you get another set here. I think I've cataloged this set as well, maybe from 1914, but look at that. Look at that. I can't quite remember that name, but I'll put it up post-production and you can see a little bit of paper loss, but you can see the reverse image. Now, again, this is all the same style from that 1912 to that 1917 time frame. Now this one is really, really cool. I haven't been able to research any of the names on this one yet, but look at that fight scene. They've got swords, and I think these are probably samurai versus even sumo, but you got swords going on. You got guys battling each other. So it'll be interesting to see when I do a little more research if this is actually a sumo set. And then of course, you've got that back, and that's got the mirror image, so to speak. So just look at how gorgeous that is. Now again, looks like maybe a sumo scene. Maybe you can see the little bit of the ring there. But post-production, I'll let you know what I can find out, if anything, on that one. So there you go, some rarest of rare sumo Menko. Both R series here you can see on the right, and then I got the M series on the left. Hey everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you learned a little bit more about these sets. Have a great one. Sayonara. Bye.